Hi, ladies. So we'll just wait a couple minutes, get started. It's just me tonight. Shannon is out on a little girl date with Christina. She was in town visiting from Ottawa, and she was only in town tonight. So she asked if I minded hosting alone, and I said absolutely not. She's helped me out a few times, so yeah. Wait a couple minutes, see if anyone else pops on, and then we will get started. Oh, and if you haven't yet, make sure you have a question or two. So we're just gonna do a little Q&A style tonight. Because yeah, everyone was kind of a little different topics that you wanted to chat about. So I thought we could just go over questions, get through as many as we can. And if you're new on here and you're not comfortable chatting, like you can always just type your question in the chat box and I will answer it. Okay, I guess we can get started. So, hello, everyone. It's really weird not having Shannon on here, as weird as that sounds. I think just because we've done them together, I feel like for so long. So, does anyone have any questions? I feel like there was a few posted in our team page today. So I guess I could just start with those. Someone's gonna say something. No, Patricia, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say maybe we could go over just like how we kind of find people to follow, because I know some of the newer girls are a little questionable about that.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yes, I think it was Chastity that asked about finding people on Facebook, right?
yeah.
Okay, so I can definitely go over kind of just how to find people on Facebook and Instagram. So that's always a good question. And I know something I was like had no clue how to do when I first started as a coach either. So Facebook, I definitely find that a little bit easier to find people. I don't know why. So with Facebook, honestly, my biggest tip is making sure you check their friends. Like before you go adding people, check out their friends, because a lot of times, like if it's like mutual friends, they might have like a ton of coaches as their friends already. So I always rule of thumb say avoid adding friends that already have a ton of coaches in common, just because likely they're already seeing our posts, and if they wanted to join, they probably would have reached out to some already. I mean, not to say you can't add them if like you know them close friends, whatever, but I always just say rule of thumb, I avoid that, because you want fresh faces, like people that have maybe never seen our content before. So something you can do is friends of friends. Like I find that a great way to add people. Like click on friends you already have on Facebook, and then go to their page, click on their friends, and then just like scroll through, check pages, add anyone that you think, looks cool, someone you might like to connect with, someone you think might benefit. I find for the first little while as a coach, like it takes a while before you run out of people on Facebook that either you don't know or at least have like mutual friends in common with. So I always say start there, friends of friends. I know some other girls will go into like groups. If you're in any groups on Facebook, or you could always join some, like if you have any interests or stuff like that, you can go in there, find people that way. And just a heads up, you might get a message like, hey, do I know you? I find that's a bit more common on Facebook, because most people, like, you're kind of like closer on Facebook, unless like you're like us and in network marketing, right? So just a heads up, if you get messages that say like, hey, do I know you? I always just say like something like, hey, I'm always looking to connect with like other women. I'm trying to think, oh my gosh, I haven't had people on Facebook in so long, so I'm trying to think of what I used to say. And that's just because I'm at my limit on Facebook, so I've switched to Instagram. I just say, hey, like, this might sound, or oh my gosh, you guys, sorry. Sometimes I need to not drink it as I'm on this. My thinking just goes like, okay. So just say like, hey, I'm always looking to connect with other women. Like I saw you pop up on my newsfeed as like a suggested friend. We have a few friends in common. Like I just thought I would throw out the ad. Just something along the lines of like, I'm still looking to connect, like meet new women kind of thing. I don't typically say like, hey, I just added you because I'm hoping like you'll join my group. I try to like avoid that and more just say like, I just enjoy just like connecting with new people. Patricia actually has a good thing she's been sending to all new people that accept her friend request, which I love. So you could always do something like that. Like you kind of just tell people like kind of a little bit about what you're doing on your Facebook. So you could say that too, like just basically let them know that you're not a weird stranger, and yeah, you're just kind of looking to connect with other ladies. And usually people are really good about accepting you. The only time I've had people kind of be like hesitant is if they have kids. Some people are like, like I don't want to accept someone I don't personally know. And I just let them know, like, no problem at all kind of thing. So yeah, so Facebook, just friends of friends, groups, you can add yourself into different groups. Instagram, I find it's a little bit easier just to do the kind of random follows, because that's what Instagram's all about. People want followers. Like it's more of like a social platform where strangers follow strangers. So Instagram, if you have Instagram, Chastity, I don't know, but Instagram, I just go to like, again, friends of friends, or you can type like hashtags. Like if there's stuff that interests you, like, if you're a fur mom, a boy mom, a girl mom, if you like travel, typing different like hashtags that are kind of like similar to you. That's a great way to find people. Again, just like kind of hitting that little search bar and just kind of scrolling. I find you can just kind of come up, like Instagram will kind of suggest people based on, you know, profiles that you've liked and stuff like that, or photos you've liked, so you can find people that way. I always just suggest like going to their page and just checking them out a little bit before you add them as a friend, follow them, because let's be honest, there are a lot of like weirdos out there. So, you know, you want to make sure it's someone that you actually like to connect with and not just like follow. But yeah, just kind of have fun with it. I remember being kind of scared at first about adding new people, thinking you were gonna think I was crazy, but honestly, like, people are pretty understanding about it, especially like nowadays. I just find what we do is so common. So yeah, I hope that helps a little bit. Oh, I see a chat. Oh, no problem. Okay. What was another question we had in the team page? I feel like there was something and I don't remember what. Anyone remember? I remember Danielle was curious about how to kind of promote for new programs. I'm not going to chat about that though, since she's not on here. And to be honest, I don't even know when that new bar program launches or anything. So I'll maybe just chat with her like one-on-one, because I'd rather answer like your guys' questions that are on here. I'm trying to think of what else. Do we have any other questions? Does anyone have any questions that are on here? Carrie?
Me.
Oh,
Okay, hi.
hi.
So in your coach office, it says like new customers.
Yep.
And like, sometimes there's people I don't know. So are they just randomly assigned to me? And then am I like supposed to reach out to them? Like some of them say like do not contact.
Yeah.
But, like, if they have an email, or like do I just creep them on social media? Like what do you
Yeah.
do?
So that's one of the perks of being Emerald. So those of you that are new, that maybe haven't hit Emerald, that are pushing for Emerald, that is a very exciting thing. Once you go Emerald, you have to be active. So like you're getting your Shakeology, something, be an active Emerald, you will start getting leads, like customer leads from Beachbody. And then once you go to Diamond, you start hitting or getting coach leads, like free coach leads. So yeah, if they have, so basically when someone just orders off the website, or someone by chance calls in, like orders over the phone, and they don't specifically sign up with a coach, that's when Beachbody just randomly assigns them to people that are like eligible for it. So that's how you get those. And again, definitely one of the perks to like going Emerald and maintaining your Emerald. So yeah, if they have an email, I will first check if I can find them like on social media. I find it hard though sometimes to do that. So I would just shoot them an email. I don't email them right from like my Beachbody thing. You can do that, but I've never done it. I don't really know like how that works. So I just go in like my regular email, and I just kind of send them something like, depending on what they order. Usually it's like just like the free trial to Beachbody on Demand. So I just kind of say, hey, let them know that I'm their free like Team Beachbody coach. I just say like, hey, I see you ordered or signed up with like our free trial. I just want you to know like I'm here to help, like support, get you started on a program. And then you kind of want to check in with them, because you can obviously invite them to the group as well. Because I find I used to not message them because I didn't really know much about it. But then I did start messaging them, and sometimes you can get them like going, like they'll order a challenge pack. If you like check in with them and make sure they start a program after their free trial, you can usually get them going on either like, you know, the full year or like a challenge pack or something. So yeah, I keep it short and sweet. The first message is kind of let them know you're their coach, you're here to kind of help support them. If they have any questions, and then you can kind of mention like, hey, we have this online community for all our ladies doing Beachbody programs. If that interests you, let me know. A lot of times they don't email back. That's another thing. So don't be discouraged if like you don't hear back from them. But I always at least send the first email just so you know you did it and they know you're kind of there. But yeah, some of them I've had turned into like discount coaches because they like the Shakeology and stuff like that. So definitely it's a good idea to make sure you message them for sure.
Okay.
Does that answer that question? Okay.
Yeah. I figured that was what like I should be doing, but
no,
I never
I
really
didn't
know. I haven't checked what they're ordering, probably just free trials, but
yeah, I find usually the customer leads are a free trial. And with leads, you don't get, like, if by chance it might be like a sampler pack of Shakeology or something, we don't get commission on that first order. So that kind of sucks, obviously. But at the same time, we didn't do anything to get the order, so we can't really be that upset. So that's why it's kind of cool if you connect with them, chat with them, get them going on a program. Any future orders go under you. So it's kind of cool that way. I didn't know about that at first either. And like, I remember having all these leads and I didn't message any of them, and I felt like the crappiest person ever. So yeah.
I had one girl contact me a long time ago. And
I've had that, yeah.
Like,
I've had people message me too. And I'm like, oh crap, like how long ago did they sign up? So I tried it. That's why it's also important to like make sure you log into your back office kind of frequently. Like I recommend daily, if not every other day, because you do get those leads like once you've hit Emerald and stuff. And it's good to like connect with them in the first like week if you can, because once it gets too far gone, like I remember I was messaging people that had signed up like 6 months ago because I didn't see them. I didn't really know what to do. And I felt bad. I was just honest though and said like, hey, I'm so sorry. Like I was very new to this, didn't really understand how it worked, if I should contact you, if you should contact me. So just kind of want you to know I'm here. Just, yeah, let them know you're there and can answer any questions. Oh, we got lots of questions popping up over here now. What are some messages you send people to invite? Okay, so I want everyone to watch. I posted it on our team page. I'm pretty sure Patricia, Carrie, you guys have watched it. Tori, I sent it to Shannon, this video. I think it's only like 27 minutes. It's all about inviting. By Kate Schultes is her name. I found that like really awesome. Like there's so many ways to invite nowadays, and you really just got to find what works for you. And it was funny because Carrie made a good point today. Like she watched the video and her top takeaway was that you have to invite how you want to be invited to, because like Carrie was saying that she tries doing what everyone other coaches are doing. And if it doesn't sound like you, it's going to feel weird to invite. So that's kind of my biggest thing. Like I always give you guys suggestions, but I want you to tweak them and make them sound like you. Otherwise, I feel like people can tell like if that wasn't you, especially if you know them. So definitely make sure you guys watch this video. I gave the link to Shannon, but I can always send it to you guys after if you want it. I just thought it was amazing. She gives some examples of how she invites, but basically she just says like, be you, you know, how would you want to be invited? And I also like she talks about how she doesn't look at them as cold invites. She calls them lukewarm invites because they're following you. So she talks about how she always invites people to watch her stories, like her posts, comment on her posts, which I do the same thing. Like I don't just message a complete stranger and say like, hey, do you want to join me? I always make sure they've, like I said, been engaging on my page because they know what you're doing. You know, they know you're running fitness programs. They've likely seen you talking about it. So she says she calls them lukewarm invites. And she just talked about how for her personally, she doesn't like making a connection first. And there's so much like out there with inviting. Everyone's different. So you really have to do what works for you. Some people do not like just messaging someone the first message, inviting. So if you don't feel you would like that, then build that connection first. But Kate talked about how for her to like build connections and say like, oh, hey, Kate, how's your dog? Like, she's like, that's really weird. And I'd be like, who is this weird person asking about my dog? And I was like, that's so true. Like, I find making that small talk hard. I would much rather just straight to the point. So she does give some really good examples, and I'll make sure I get you guys the video. But she basically just says like, you got to just do it. Like, she's now top 10 in the company. She's only been coaching for not that long, like a year and a half. She was able to quit her teaching job like within 9 months into coaching. I think she's like 26, and she's just killing it. And she said, she's like, I literally sent 50 to 60 invites every single day for 9 months. And she talked about, it's funny because I want to talk about inviting tonight, so I'm just going to go with that for a minute. So she said how like, and I've been guilty of this, sometimes we think like, let's just send, a whole bunch of invites one day and then we're good. We don't have to send them for a couple months. Like, I'll get all these people signed up and like my business is just going to take off. And she's like, no, like you can't just send invites one day and expect things to take off. It's just like our workouts, like our healthy eating. She made an example of like, if January 1st we just said, I'm gonna eat a bunch of salads and then I'm good for the year. Like I'm healthy for the whole year. And I was like, that's such a good way of looking at it, because sometimes I think like, oh, I sent 50 invites today, so I don't need to do anymore for a week or so. When really you need to be doing them every day. And no, you don't have to send 50 or 60. It all depends on your goals. Like she really wanted to run with this. Clearly, she's top 10 in the entire network. So she said that's what she did. every single day. And she's like, I've gotten more no's than anyone probably in this business. But again, it paid off. She just has the mindset, like, I don't care. You're watching me, you're following me, I'm going to invite you to something. If you say yes, great. If you say no, great. So she just said, like, pick a number you can stick with. If it's 5 for right now, great. Do 5 every day, but do it consistently, because again, it's like our workouts, our nutrition, our results are amazing when we're consistent and we're doing it every day. When we're not consistent, results aren't great. So I'm very much like her. Like, I don't say exactly how she words it, but I'm very just short, sweet, to the point. So if it's challenge group, I literally just pop in and say, like, hey, I always use their name. I think that's important, not like the hey girl thing. I just feel like hey girl makes it kind of like generic. Like, maybe generic's not the right word, but like, I don't know, just I don't like the hey girl thing. So I always suggest using their name. So I just say something like, hey Jen, I just wanted to pop in and say thanks so much for watching my stories. The support means a ton. Lately, I've just been saying, if you ever want to join my virtual gym and group program together, let me know. Hope you have a great day. That's it. And honestly, it's been going really, really well. I have lots of people saying, oh my gosh, like, thank you. I've been wanting to message you, but like I didn't, or like not right now, or I'm actually chatting with a lot of ladies that I actually sent out a share card tonight to a discount code. She hasn't signed up yet, but she was one of those lukewarm invites. So they are paying off. And like, the big reason you have to be consistent is because the invites we do now in October, they're likely not going to sign up right now today. They're going to sign up next month, because it takes time to send them the information, to answer their questions, then to get the share card sent out. And then we all know it can take a couple days, couple weeks. Things come up, people don't always sign up. So you can never bank on anyone joining for Hitting Success Club. Like, you can't until you see that order in your back office. So if you're doing this consistently every day, like, you're going to hit Success Club every month, but you have to make it a habit, and just know that invites you're doing in October will likely be your clients in November. Invites you do in November will be your clients in December. So again, I'll give some of her examples, like, and same with coaching. I literally was saying the same thing about coaching. I'm now switching. I do kind of challenge group invites the first couple of weeks of the month, because challenge group is starting. Now that that's already started this week, I switched to coaching. So I say kind of the same thing, like, hey Jen, just want to pop in and say thanks so much for watching my stories. I'm not sure if what did I say? Something like, I'm not sure if the coaching opportunity interests you at all. If so, let me know and I can send you a super short video that kind of just goes over all the ins and outs. And then if not, that's okay. Hope you're having a great day. And again, like, I've had quite a few people say, yeah, like, sure, send me the video. And then of course, some people are like, no thanks, like, coaching doesn't interest me, but like, I love watching your stories. I haven't had anyone be rude. A lot of people don't reply, but again, totally okay. So just like, think of how you'd like to be invited. Think about, like, I reached out to my coach to join, so I didn't join through like an invite, but try to think, like, if you were invited to this, how would you want to be invited? Would you rather someone message you and say they like your clothes and your baby's cute and yada, 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 and build that relationship first and then invite you? Or would you rather them just say, hey, like, I see you watching my stories. Are you by chance interested in joining? Like, I just opened my enrollment for my October boot camp. Do you want to grab a spot? So just try to think which you would be more comfortable with and just kind of go with that. And again, I always say less is more. Like, we really sometimes want to write like everything in the first message. Like, we have like this challenge packets, this, and this. Like, so no, just don't ever like include packages or prices or anything in an initial invite, unless they ask. That's a big piece of advice I find. But yeah, I don't know.
Just a question to add to that.
Yeah, no problem.
It's Tori. Sorry I am here, but I'm sitting in the dark, so I have my screen off. For like, if they say yes, I'm interested, or send me some more info, what or how much info do you send them? Like, I try to keep it brief, but I find outline things. Like, even if I ask them what their goals are, outline like the nutrition plan and all the workouts and all that kind of stuff. I find it can be kind of lengthy. Like, how do you shorten that?
So that part is going to be a bit lengthy, so that's okay.
Okay.
You just don't want to send it, like I said, in that initial invite. Like, you first want to
Okay.
always get there. Yeah, sure, I'm interested. Send me more info. Then send more info. I've literally sent the same blurb to everyone for pretty much 3 years. Yes, I tweak it a little bit depending on the conversation, but I feel like it seems longer on Instagram because just how the screen is too. So I'm always like, oh crap,
That's
I have to
true.
send it in 3 messages. And I'm like, ah. Some people do email too. It just, again, I feel like it depends on the platform, how long the message seems, but I just do a brief little, like I can send it to you, Tori, if you want. I literally just kind of say like, well, I have it in my phone. I can read it, what I say. So this is if they're interested in a challenge group. People that are interested in coaching, I have a couple of different, obviously, videos and stuff I send. I just kind of gauge the person, and sometimes I'll ask, like, I'll say, I have a written document you can read through. I have a 10-minute, very kind of brief, what is coaching video, or I have a little bit longer, 40-minute webinar that myself and another coach did. So sometimes they'll say like, oh, send me this and this, or they'll just pick. And those are just things I have in our team page. So, okay, first things first. So when they do say they'd like more info, I always say this first. One sec. I have everything in my notes. Because you will find, you guys, like, you have a lot of the same conversations. You're going to answer a lot of the same questions, so it's great to have, like, I have everything in my notes because you can copy and paste a lot of it. There's no sense rewriting the same thing to 1,000 people. So, okay, if I send them a little invite and they say, yeah, like, I'd love to hear more about it, I just say, hey, Jen, I hope you're having an awesome, whatever day it is, Wednesday so far. Thanks so much for, like, getting back to me. I would love to chat more about everything to see if it's something you want to do. And I just say, would you mind answering a few questions for me? So I ask them 5 questions. The first one is, what is your schedule like? The second one is, what are your goals when it comes to your health and wellness? Third one is, what are you currently doing for exercise? Fourth one is, how are your eating habits? In brackets, I have the good, the bad, the ugly. Then I put LL. And then 5, just any injuries or limitations I should know about. Now, these are all on my application. So if they filled out my application, I can skip this step. But a lot of times they don't. And then I just say, thanks so much and look forward to chatting more. So usually people are pretty good with answering those questions. And then I have my kind of longer blurb, like it's 1, 2, 3 paragraphs, a couple sentences each paragraph. But again, I can send you guys this. And it's weird because I've literally been using it for like 3 years and I don't really think I've changed it much. So I just give them like a very generic kind of blanket answer because obviously there's a million programs. Like we can't really explain to them every single program. And I always try to get everyone on a challenge pack. I always leave with that. If they really are against the shakes or like they just can't swing it, of course I'll like recommend other options. But yeah, so I just say, I don't know if I should read this all to you guys right now. Would you rather me just send it? I don't know. What do you think? Do you want me to send it to you or read it briefly?
Whatever you wish. Like you can just send it if it's easier.
Or
Or if you
whatever.
don't want to.
I can read it over quickly just to give you guys an idea. But again, like you have to say what feels good for you. Like I know Carrie created an awesome little blurb she was sending out to moms and like, it sounded awesome. It was kind of like about her, so you got to really make sure you're putting your own spin on it. Yes, I took this blurb from Steph Davies like 3 years ago, but I just tried to tweak it and make it my own. If you use emojis, use emojis. If you don't use emojis, take them out. Like just talk like, they always say talk like you're talking to your best friend. Okay, so I'll say, so I really enjoy our programs because it doesn't feel like a diet. We are still allowed such a wide variety of food like bread, pasta, cheese, rice, yogurt, lots of fruits and veggies. There's even room for wine and chocolate in the meal guide too. And then I put a little wink emoji and a little laugh because it's funny. Then I say the portion control containers are super handy and really take the guesswork out of exactly how much we should be. Oh, shoot. My thing closed. I put a time limit on my phone, like my screen time thing, and I don't know how to turn it off. So my screen shuts down at 7 every day. It's annoying. I don't know how to turn it off. Where was I? Portion control containers are super handy and really take the guesswork out of exactly how much we should be eating in a day. The workouts are great, and the fact that most of them are, 20 to 30 minutes is what I love most. They fit into those busy days and can all be done from home with little to no equipment. Then I just talk about the shakes a little bit. So I just say they're another thing I love. They are a full meal replacement or snack shake. I like to say snack shake because not everyone likes to replace a meal with a shake. So I just kind of like to let them know that it's personal preference. I actually put that in brackets. And then I just say with over 18 grams of protein per serving and 70 superfoods and herbs gathered from all over the world. How it works is it gives your body everything it needs to function at its best, aids in digestion, increases energy, gives you mental clarity, aids in fat loss and muscle growth, enhances your mood with an herb called maca, curbs cravings, detoxifies your body. I really can't say enough about it. And then my last little paragraph is just last but definitely not least is the community. It's a private group right here on Facebook. Obviously, I feel like I haven't even changed that when I send that to people on Instagram. Oops. So it's a private group right on Facebook. And I just say it's great for support, motivation, accountability. It's filled with amazing, like-minded women all on their own journey. We have fun, share tips, tricks, recipes, vent about the bad days. It's just a safe place to share your journey. And we also do fun little challenges for prizes. And then I always end it with a question. Does this sound like something you might like to try? Then, obviously, ideally, they'll reply, yes, yay, great, awesome. So if they say yes, then I just say, okay, awesome. And then I always just go, like you guys know this, I usually go with the 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme and Shakeology challenge pack. So that's when I just let them know the pricing. I'll say, okay, so the kit is $210, one-time fee. I list all the stuff that's in it. And then again, I ask them a question like, what do you think? Like, do you want to do this kind of thing? Now, a lot of times people don't reply. They'll read this and not reply. So I give it like 1 or 2 days and then I check in. I literally just say like, hey, Jen, just want to check in and see if you had a chance to read over the information I sent you a couple days ago and if you have any questions. Because a lot of times people say, oh, my kids grabbed my phone. I didn't see your message. I read it, got busy, whatever. So do not be afraid to follow up. But yeah, I feel like it's okay to be a little lengthy. You just don't want to give like it all away. Like I never do pricing in that first message. Like when I'm describing like what it's all about, I don't ever do pricing until they're like, yes, okay, I'm interested. How do I sign up? Or how much does it cost? Because usually people will ask the cost. So that's like my biggest pointer. Just kind of give a general overview of like programs, Shakeology, the group, and then does this sound like something you want to try? Does that help?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Thank you so much for reading it.
Oh, no problem. And I can send you that obviously if you want to like make changes, tweak it, make it your own.
Yeah.
Oh, and did she speak at Summit? Kate, maybe that's where I know her from.
Yes.
Because I was like, Kate Schulte, I recognize her.
I don't know if she spoke to you guys, but she definitely spoke in like my training session. And I know that Shannon, she was done hers early and she actually came and sat with me and I think she might have listened to her speak.
Oh, okay, cool. I knew I recognized her name. I had no idea she was currently top 10 in the network though. So
Yeah, I didn't either.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, she's just killing it. So that video, I'm pretty sure I sent it to Shannon. She said she was gonna post it in your guys'
I think she did. Yeah.
Okay, so I definitely like recommend watching that video. And same with you ladies on our team. It's in there. Just says 5 tips to inviting with Kate Schultz. She just really talks about your mindset too, and like just not getting attached to the outcome or the answer. Just simply sharing your journey. You know, they're on your page. They're watching your stories and stuff for a reason. And another thing she does that I really love and I'm going to start using is, hey, I'm not sure if you saw my story, but my enrollment for my November boot camp's now open. Just curious if you wanted to snag a spot. So she said that even like that they'll likely go watch your story. And then that kind of tricks Instagram, like the algorithm, because it gets more people watching your stories and then it will bring your stuff up more. So I was like, oh, I never thought of saying, hey, not sure if you watched my stories, but because again, they're following you for a reason. They're liking your photos for a reason. So an easy way to invite is people that are liking, commenting, watching, because again, they know what you're doing. Especially if you notice it's the same people liking, commenting, watching, you know, one day they are going to join. And like, she made a good point. Like she had this girlfriend that, you know, she ran track with or something, and she thought she'd make a great coach. Like she was on her dream team, but she did not ask her because she thought she would already have like a good fitness routine in place. A couple months later, the girl joined with another coach. So like, it just goes to show that you really can't count anyone out, and don't ever be afraid to ask someone, because a lot of times they're sitting there like wanting to join, but they don't know if if you're talking to them or if they are allowed to join your group. Or like, it's crazy how many girls I've sent this short little like, thanks for watching my story, if you ever want to join my gym, and they're like thankful, like so thankful that I asked them and messaged them, like, oh my gosh, like I would love to, like, can you send me more info? And sure, it doesn't always lead into them joining, but then you're on their mind, like, you know, sometimes just not the right time and stuff. But just don't ever count anyone out, and like, just don't be afraid to send that message, because some people just don't realize that they can join you, even though we say all the time, like, drop a comment or whatever. Just some people are too nervous to do that. I know I would have been, like, before. I don't know if I would have dropped an emoji or like whatever if someone told me to. Challenge group coaching. So I hope that helps with your writing a little bit. Definitely watch that video. It will help huge. She gives some really great, super simple examples. And yeah. Can you clarify how you hit Emerald? Yes. So Emerald, it's 2 coaches. So you plus 2, they always want to say. So I always try to say, like, just try to find, like, every month you want to try to find 3 girls to sign up with the same thing you just joined with. I always think that's kind of the easiest, because you know what you just signed up with, you know a little bit about it. But yeah, so you just want to get 2 coaches. They have to be on your left and right leg. I don't want that to confuse you, but we can definitely help. Like Patricia or I can help you if you're ready to sign a coach up. And if by chance you sign them up and you're like, crap, like, I don't know what leg they're on, totally okay. You have 72 hours to like swap their placement. But yeah, and it can be, it doesn't have to be like working coaches. Like, it can just be discount coaches. My first 2 coaches were my mom and my ex. Sorry, I don't know if you guys heard that, but so anyway, my mom and my ex-boyfriend. I'll just say that. But yeah, like, my mom now is still a discount coach to this day. But yeah, they were the 2 that helped me go Emerald. My boyfriend at the time, he loved drinking his Shakeology, so we signed him up with his own account. So it doesn't have to be working coaches. And something I say to all of my ladies now that are joining, if as soon as they're like, yep, I'm into the challenge pack, like, I gave them pricing, everything. Literally right before I send their enrollment, I just send a quick message like, oh, hey, before I send your enrollment, did you want to join as a VIP member? I explain. I just have a really short message. I changed it a little bit because people were asking a lot about the Monday fee. So I added that into my blurb. So I just say, oh, before I send your enrollment, did you want to join as a VIP member at no extra cost to order? Because normally it's $60 to join as a coach. That fee gets waived with the purchase of a challenge pack. I just say it's great if you love the shakes, because then you're all set up to receive 25% on all future orders. There's a $17 fee starting month 2, but even with that fee, you're still getting huge savings on your products. And then I say, I usually set all of my ladies up this way. We try the shakes. If you love them, awesome. If not, we can just cancel the membership and you will have no further charges. You can just continue enjoying the groups, enjoying your workouts. And that just, again, that lets them know they're not locked into anything if, you know, they don't want to be committed to that $17 monthly, because that's a big thing for people. People don't like to be locked into anything. So I find if you just nip all that in the butt before, like, they read it or see it, like 9 times out of 10, people are like, yeah, absolutely, sign up for it. Because if they do like the shakes, it's a no-brainer. And same with Energize, stuff like that. Like, why wouldn't you want to save some money? And it's free with your order. So yeah, Emerald is you plus 2. We always say, like, you should make it as a goal to go Emerald in 30 days. I know we have a couple ladies on here pushing for Emerald this month. That's exciting. And how you got to do it is just inviting. Like, again, Kate talked about how you're going to get no. She says, like, go for no. Of course, you don't want no, but the only way you're going to get yeses is to get through some no's and some no replies and to talk to people. Like, she really mentioned how, like, this is a numbers business. And what she means by that is just the more people you talk to, the more people you're going to get signed up, right? That's common sense. So by her sending 50 to 60 invites a day, like, that to me is like, that's a ton of people, but it makes sense because look where she is now. So like, the business activity tracker recommends 5 people a day. Now, she was just saying, if you have big goals and you want to grow your business faster, try sending 15 to 20 a day. You got to pick a number that works best for you. I find a lot of coaches, it's around 20 to 30. Like, that are seeing really great success, that are rank advancing, that are building great teams. They say they're sending about 20 to 30 invites a day, Monday to Friday. Take Saturday, Sunday off. I don't like to send invites on the weekends too much, but like, you just have to think, like, And again, I know right now if you're just starting out, you might not have a huge following yet or getting a ton of views, likes, comments, but you will. If you're consistently following new people, making connections, you will get more and more people. But yeah, the more people you ask, the more people that are going to join. And I just can't stress enough that you just can't count anyone out because you just never know. So yeah, that's Emerald in a nutshell. Again, if you guys obviously need any more information on this, we always have tons of like resources, documents, videos. YouTube's amazing. You can literally type how to go Emerald in 24 hours. You will find a video of a coach that said how you can go Emerald in 24 hours. So YouTube is great. It's really just about, yeah, talking to all the people, believing in yourself, believing in this business, and just sharing it with as many people as you can. Do you find sending messages at a certain time of day? Oh, well, some people do say, and I laugh because I'm so all over the place when I do my messages. I'm really trying to send them in the morning because invites, it's hard for me. Like, I'll be honest, I don't like sending them because, today I heard kind of explain it well. It's like, you know, making connections, liking people's photos, like that's the fun part. Posting, sharing our stuff, that's the fun and kind of easier part. But inviting is the thing that's going to build a business. Like that's what gets things going, that's what builds momentum, and that's the biggest part of our business. So of course that's going to be the hardest thing, and that's something a lot of coaches skip. But like I'm telling you, every training, every video, every coach here that is successful in this business, and like, okay, I totally vouch for it, you got to invite. I'm trying to do it in the morning, like eat that for all. I always say do the thing like you don't like to do first. But that's not going to wake up and I'm like, no, I'd rather go first. I don't really find for me any time is better or worse. I just say be mindful. Like you don't want to be sending people messages at 10, 11 o'clock at night, inviting them to something. Just because you never know, they can sleep. You don't want to like wake someone up. Like, oh, you want to join my group? So I just stay respectful, be mindful. Mornings are probably good. Lunchtime. Yeah, just not too late. That would be my biggest piece of advice. Other than that, I haven't really had any difference when I send messages. Posting, I always say be mindful of that too. Like kind of pay attention to when you post. Because you'll kind of learn when posts do better, when more people are online and stuff like that. No problem. Oh, she already left. Okay. I was gonna say bye, but she's gone. No problem, Tori. I think I've answered all. Oh, do you find and continuing the conversation the same day? Okay, that's a good question, actually, Tori. So I'm someone. Well, actually, you should definitely try to do this. And the video I take you guys in today, that like live action hour with oh, I can't think of her name. She talked about this too. Like when you're inviting or when you're following up or when you're returning messages, make sure you're just doing that. Like it can be so easy to like sending your invite and then all of a sudden you see someone reply and then you're like squirrel and you want to go reply that message right away. Just know that it's totally okay to leave it and they're not going to go anywhere. It'll still be there. So it's up to you and how much time you have in your day. I always like do my invites and then, you know, I'll do a quick, like I have like my scheduled times when I return messages. And, like once I've emptied my inbox once for the day, some people like they reply like this. And I usually don't. Like I reply once. If I have time, sure, I might try to go back through. But I just usually like I'll send my invites and those I won't open till the next day. I'm always returning messages like from the day before, if that makes sense. So say I message people today. If any of them reply today, I won't return their messages till tomorrow. And then like tomorrow, I'll return the people I invited. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Just don't feel you have to like, you have to like keep up the conversation because I'm telling you, you will burn yourself out. You will drive yourself nuts because sometimes like you can't even send the invite and it's like they've already read it and they're replying and I'm like, holy crap. But then again, I don't have notifications on. That's a big thing I recommend too. Turn all your notifications off on Messenger, Instagram, everything because it can be so overwhelming. And then this way you can just check in when you're ready. And I let my girls know like, hey, if you message me, I only check messages like once, maybe twice a day. So if you don't hear back from me, you'll hear back from me in 24 to 48 hours kind of thing. So like, just know it's okay to set business hours. And, you know, it's like if you call the doctor's office after hours or whatever, like they're not going to get back to you till the next day. And sometimes it's not right away. So yeah, my biggest tip there is just do your invites, then move on to your next thing. And then like, sure, you can go back and return messages, but I wouldn't like, I just make sure everything's done first. You don't want to like, cause yeah, you can literally spend all day talking. I just was doing that before I got on here. Actually, I had to just say to this girl, I'm so sorry. Like I have to go. She's like, okay, no problem. Message me after your call. I can't talk to you all day. But like, that's the thing. Some people just like to chat and would. So you just kind of let them know like, hey, I'll message you back tomorrow, or just know it's okay to let it sit. You just want to obviously don't let it sit for a week or something, right? Just try to be diligent. Is diligent the right word? Just try to be like mindful and get back to them in like a respectable time. Like I see a lot of coaches will say like, hey, you know, I'll make sure I get back to you in 24 to 72 hours. So it's up to you and your business. I just be mindful, and I just don't let obviously their messages sit for like a week or a month if you can avoid it. But yeah.
Not so much a question, but I am so excited that I took the plunge for that 21 Social.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, they officially start as of tomorrow.
Yay!
I can't wait to see what it does to my Instagram.
So I'll just explain if you guys don't know what 21 Social is. It's like an Instagram growth company. So I built my Instagram like organically for like 3 years. And I just kind of found it took up a lot of my time to do the follows, to send everyone messages and stuff like that. So I heard good things from some other coaches about this company. It's called 21 Social. You do have to pay for it monthly. Depends like what package you get. But basically they just, you fill it almost like a survey. Like you tell them kind of your likes, your interests. So that helps them pick people. And yeah, basically they just like get you followers and they're actual real people because I tried a few apps before in the past and it totally screwed up my Instagram and it was awful. It's like I don't recommend doing a free app. Live and learn though. But yeah, they even let you give them a little message. So any new followers I get, they automatically send that message for me. It just kind of says like, hey, thanks for following me. I just let them know like as a coach, I like to share my journey, helps to motivate and inspire people, yada yada yada. But yeah, it's been really great. It takes a bit to get going. But again, I don't feel anyone needs to pay for things every month. That's totally personal preference. So many coaches are totally organic. They'll never pay for an ad. They will never, outsource, do anything like this. And then some coaches swear by it. So it's whatever works for you. And again, I didn't do it till like I think May. And so I'd been a coach already for like just about 4 years at that point. And then that's when I started doing it. But it is pretty cool. And it does, I feel like, free up a little more time for other things. So yeah, Patricia, you'll have to keep us posted if you like it.
Yeah, I think it will be good because like I'm so busy as is. So trying to find like the little bits of downtime I have, then I'm sitting there going through Instagram, trying to grow my Instagram. And like I grew my Instagram since January. I've grown it from like 150 people to like over 2,000.
Yeah, you be
same with my right. But I just find it so time consuming.
That was me. I literally because you have to do it consistently every day to grow it consistently. Like I literally remember I was following like 100 people a day, and then then you have to unfollow them. It really it is time consuming. And like I do find with this 21 Social, you will find you get a lot of coaches, but at the same time they can't really tell that. But it's been kind of neat. Like I've made a lot of really cool connections. I've definitely got some customers. I find it helps like getting your story views up and stuff too. So that's always giving you people to chat with. Some people, I just obviously make sure you check their page because usually you can tell if someone's a coach. I just won't message them, but I don't mind if they're following me like at all. But yeah, I definitely like it. Yeah. Does anyone else have any questions? I'm just making sure I answered all.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
So people watching your stories, like I'm just looking at mine right now today. So there's 158 views on my story.
Yep.
And like like when you scroll to see who's watching, like the last 15 are people that like luxury traveling, love my pulse. Like, and I'm not even hashtagging or anything in the story. So how are they finding my stories and why? Like they're not even, some of them are, I'm like, are these even real people? But then some of them are real people, like random people. And I'm like, how'd you get here?
I cannot answer for you. I have no idea.
Does that
I
happen?
get the
Oh,
same
absolutely.
thing.
Yeah, I get a lot of accounts that I don't even know if they
Happens to me.
are accounts, and I don't know how they find you. Probably the same way we find people, though. Like, you know, that's kind of what Instagram's all about. It could be through a hashtag that they just find your account and then they just start watching your stories. That's my only guess. Because sometimes I'm like, who are these people? But yeah, I don't really have an exact answer for
That's
that.
okay.
But yes, it's
What
normal.
is it lately was getting more and more like
Really?
random people. Like,
And like check their page too, because sometimes they just have weird names. But like if you go to their page, I'm like, oh, okay, they are actual people, like posting normal content. So, but if sometimes they're not at all. And it does look like a fake account. So I never know. I just don't message. I stay away from that stuff because like sometimes people, you never know. I get a lot of these messages where it's like, hey, Jay, your photos on Instagram, worst videos or something. And I remember I was so upset the first time I got one. I'm like, what do you mean my photos on like Instagram's worst? Like, but it's like a virus, I think. So don't ever click that if you get like a, hey, Kay, hey, P. Stay away from that. It's weird. Any other questions? I wish I'd got a photo before Jane and Chastity left. Oh well, next time. Questions? Is anyone drinking tonight? Carrie? Oh, you guys are all frozen. Oh, no, you're not anymore. Oh, it's me. My connection's unstable.
I'm fighting with my husband and the Xbox from our connection.
You're what?
Winter's coming, so the husband's on the Xbox playing fighting games with all his stupid friends and using my internet connection.
Oh, that's annoying. That's kind of funny though.
1 hour, that's all I asked for.
Put your games on hold. Isn't the Leafs game on? Is there a Leafs game tonight? Oh, it's over.
Maybe, I don't know.
5:30. I was gonna say, isn't he a Leafs game?
Why are you watching the Leafs game?
Yeah, there you go.
He sees because they're winning.
We all know that can change in an instant.
Yeah, right?
Literally.
Their 4-1 lead that they blew
Oh,
that game. The very next day, Emma's team had the exact same score going into like the last 10 minutes. And we're like, oh, don't blow this.
that's funny. No, I don't think. Oh, they're losing. They're not winning.
They're losing.
4-2.
He's not watching that.
Yeah. Oh, and against Washington too. Yeah, they're losing.
They need to get it together.
Yeah. Questions? If no one has it, well, I'm not rushing, but if there are other questions, I gotta pee. And I'm waiting to we got steak behind us to go on the barbecue. I just feel like there was a question that Shannon told me someone had, or someone posted that I'm forgetting to answer. Let me check. I don't think there was in our team page though. And then I would love, oh, Tori, you're in the dark, you said. I was going to say, I would love if you could pop your face on for a quick photo. Not as exciting as last week. I know, I'm sorry. Sometimes we got to get down to business. Let me see.
I was tempted to have some wine tonight.
Were you? I know. I thought
I
about it.
had
Too.
classes on Friday. It was nice.
I saw that. Good for you.
I needed it after Friday. And I'm kind of like, part of me kind of just wants to be done there and like just focusing on coaching.
Oh, at your job. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's crappy.
Yeah, it's really bad with the beers this week. It's so bad.
Sorry, was that Dina? Did you say something?
Yeah, I've
Oh.
really with my beers this week. I had 3 yesterday, and I'm like having one right now. Like,
Your beers, that's funny. Beer is one thing I don't like. Like I just don't do. Wine's my weakness for sure.
oh, I love beer. It's bad.
What kind of beer do you drink?
Any kind of lager. Like, I'm not an IPA girl or anything. Like, Stella's my favorite. I won't turn down like a blonde or anything like that. It's really bad.
Oh, everyone has their thing though. It's okay.
Just felt that a Leaf game was on, and yesterday my husband Ryan is like this huge Leaf fan and watch every game, and it's like, okay, let's get this going here.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I always say there's worse things we could be doing than oh, Beth has a beer. That's funny. Oh, that was last week. We were literally, we were all kind of drinking, well, except Shannon, because Shannon doesn't drink. But we held up we had some wine. And Tori, what'd you have again? Smirnoff raspberry something? Smirnoff ice. I wasn't even actually drinking. I just faked it, but I could have very easily poured a glass of wine. I faked it for the photo. I remember that was a fun photo. But yeah, and it's kind of cool though, because like I always say, alcohol is built right into our programs. It's just some weeks we drink a little more than the like 3 5-ounce, things you should have. Yeah. Any other questions, ladies? Right now, I'll make sure I send that blurb to you, Tori. It's in our file section in the team page. And yes, watch that video, you guys, if you haven't, by Kate Schultes, Uninvited. It's very good. Well, let's take a
Kate something.
I'm
sorry, what was her name that you said to watch?
Oh, it's Kate Schultes. SCHOLTES.
Okay, perfect. Thank
You
you.
can probably find it on You're Welcome on YouTube. I think Shannon posted it in your team page. It's called 5 Tips to Inviting with Kate Schultes. And I think, yeah, it's only like 20 minutes or so. But yeah, it's very good.
Good morning.
Yeah. And if by chance you don't find it, just, yeah, shoot me a message, or Shannon. I did send it to her, so I know she has it. All right, quick photo, and then we can wrap up if no one has any other questions, because I know it's late.
Now I feel like a complete lush after I was like, I had 3 beers yesterday and I'm having one today. Look at me, I'm a lushy girl.
A lushy girl. That's so funny.
Hockey was on, and I love.
That's a good excuse, though.
I know, I love hockey, so it's like, okay, hockey and beer.
And it's funny, they do kind of go together. I feel like, yeah, when I'm sitting watching the hockey game, it's like I feel like they go hand in hand.
Yeah. Yes.
Like I don't want to sit and eat carrots and celery while I'm watching it. I don't know.
And like girls probably think I'm like some lush.
I don't think so.
And I get worked off this beer belly I'm gonna probably have this season.
That's so funny. I can't, even if I liked beer, I find beer, like I used to drink it a little bit in high school. It just makes me so full. Like I feel like after 2, I can't drink anymore. So it never really worked for me. need something I can drink a little more. Do you, obviously that doesn't happen. It's funny how I know people that can drink like all the beer and it doesn't bother me. Not me, at least just, yeah, so full. Okay, sorry, Tori, I made you get your photo off, and then we just talked for 10 minutes and didn't take a photo. Can you come back again? Thank you. All right. On the count of 3, we can all say Dina's a lash. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, my screen is really there we go. Glary. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right. Cool. Okay. Carrie, what are you laughing at? Nothing.
Because everybody else is muted and like I'm laughing back at you, but it must be so
Oh.
awkward for you because you can't hear
I
any of
know,
us.
I know. And I was like, I'm like, this is either gonna be really dumb or maybe someone will laugh. Yeah, I just go for
I'm
it.
laughing at it all though.
Okay, perfect.
You can't hear me, but I'm laughing.
I'm still like laughing at last week's that boomerang that Shannon took made me laugh when we fake laughed. And me and you both did this. And I'm like, I never do that when I laugh. Like it was so staged. It was funny. Yeah.
Last week's call was fun.
You know, I don't even know how that happened. We need to make it happen again though. We just got
we were all just in that type of mood.
yeah, definitely. It was fun. Okay, well, no one has any other questions. Okay, bye, Tori. Thanks for popping on. Yeah, we'll wrap up. I gotta pee really bad.